Hey folks, Gary here. Hey, doing a daily Bible reading on a Sunday, which is unusual. It's not unusual to read the Bible on Sunday. I hope you do that in the church you're at, and I hope you do that personally. And of course, we do that here. But this morning, I'm not preaching this morning. I'm playing the bass, which is like, woohoo! It's kind of a relaxing morning. And it means I got time to do a video this morning. So normally we don't have that time, but today we do. And so we're finishing off Psalm 30, verses 11. We're looking at verses 11 and 12. So finishing off Psalm 30. And so the psalmist, it could be David, might be Jeremiah, but the psalmist writes this, and let me just read it. It says this: "You have turned my mourning into joyful dancing." So it's the first part. You, God, have turned my mourning into joyful dancing. You have taken away my clothes of mourning and clothed me with joy. So it's God, you've taken away my clothes of mourning. You've done it. You've given me clothes of joy, that I might sing praises to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I give you thanks forever. So I love this part of this psalm, because the psalmist, David, let's say David, he's saying, you have done it, God. Often we get caught into this trap where we think it's up to me, right? I've got to pull myself up from my bootstraps. I got to make this happen. I got to push this. The psalmist is saying, it's you who does this. You're the one who does this, God, right? It's actually throughout the whole psalm we see that. When the psalmist starts thinking that he's all that he's got the security, he's got all these, he gets into trouble. But when he realizes that God is the source of all this, and it's God who does all these things, he ends up in a really good place. And so it's God who replaces. It's God who takes us from our depression and from our, oh, I can't believe it, to, God, you're so good. Thank you for all you've done for me. It's God who makes that change happen for us, because God is so good. And to me, it comes down to, I look at the things in my life and how sometimes those things are really, really hard. But in the midst of that, I experience God like I never have before. And I experience him as someone who deeply, deeply loves me and makes a way for me. And although I might have a hard situation in my life, God is so much greater. And it's not, well, things are hard, but I've got God. It's no, things are hard, but I have God. And God is so much bigger than the issue that I can't help but have joy, because I serve a risen Savior. I serve a God. I have a Father in heaven who just is beyond everything else. And that gives me a lot of joy, because he's just that good. So go out and have an awesome Sunday.